Hello, I'm Brent Shiratori, and this is Idea Marketing. Throughout my career working in various advertising agencies and marketing departments, I've seen a lot of creative ads that look super polished, with beautiful design, great photography, and clean typography. But here's the thing, a lot of them just didn't actually drive sales. You can spend thousands on production and distribution, but if your creative doesn't connect with your audience or drive the action you want, it's just expensive art. Today, I'm going to show you a simple process to evaluate and improve any creative in just 5 minutes. It's not about making it prettier, it's about making it more powerful. I call this the 5-minute creative checkup, and it's built around 9 key criteria that will quickly reveal whether your ad is set up to succeed or fail. Let me walk you through each step. Step 1, objective. The first question is, what's the goal of this ad? Are you trying to generate leads, drive sales, build brand awareness, or get people to download an app? Look at your creative and ask yourself, will this actually achieve that goal? If your objective is lead generation, but your call to action is tiny and buried at the bottom, you probably got a problem. Step 2, audience. Who is this ad for? Not just demographics, but what do they actually care about? What keeps them up at night? What gets them excited? Now look at your creative again. Will it resonate with them? Does it speak their language and address their concerns? If you're targeting busy executives, but your ad looks like it was designed for college students, you're really missing the mark. Step 3, message. What's the main message you're trying to communicate? Can someone understand it in 3 seconds or less? If you have to explain your ad, it's just not clear enough. Your message should be simple, direct, and impossible to misinterpret. Step 4, hierarchy. This is about the flow of information. Where do people's eyes go first, second, and third? Your design should guide people through your message in the right order, and usually that's headline first, then supporting copy, then call to action. If your hierarchy is off, people just get confused and move on. Step 5, tone. Does this sound like your brand? If someone covered up your logo, would people still know it's from you? Your tone should match your brand voice consistently. If you're usually conversational, but this ad sounds corporate and stiff, it's gonna feel disconnected from everything else you do. Step 6, format fit. Does this make sense for where it's gonna run? A LinkedIn ad needs to work differently than an Instagram reel. A billboard needs different information density than a brochure. Your creative should be optimized for specific placement and platform. Step 7, imagery. Look at your hero image or main visual. Is it helping communicate your idea, or is it just decoration? The best creative uses imagery that reinforces the message, not just pretty pictures that look nice but don't add any meaning. Step 8, consistency. Does this align with your style guide and previous work? Are you using the right fonts, colors, and design elements? Consistency builds recognition and trust. If every ad looks completely different, you're starting from zero each time instead of building on previous impressions. Step 9, implications. This is the big picture question. If this creative is different from what you usually do, what new precedent are you setting? Sometimes breaking rules is the right move, but you should do it intentionally, not by accident. Run through these 9 steps with any piece of creative and you'll quickly spot the weak points. The whole process takes about 5 minutes, but it can save you from wasting money on ads that don't work. Now, when you find problems, don't just say, this isn't good, and leave it at that. Connect your feedback back to the framework. Like, for example, instead of saying, I just don't like this headline, explain why you don't like it. Really think hard about why. Because if you can't come up with a good reason beyond just your opinion, then your feedback just isn't valid. But, for example, if the objective of your ad is supposed to be lead generation, but the headline doesn't clearly explain why the target should be at all interested in your product, a fair comment would be that the benefit in the headline should be more obvious. Or, instead of this just feels off, you could say, the tone seems a bit too corporate for our audience. Most of our marketing uses a more conversational language. So can you look at reworking the copy to sound more approachable? That's a completely fair comment. You see the difference? You're giving specific, actionable feedback that ties directly back to what you're trying to achieve. The goal isn't to tear apart someone's work. It's to make the creative more effective by fixing the things that aren't working. Small changes can make a huge difference, like moving a call to action button, simplifying a headline, or choosing a different image can completely change how people respond to your ad. Here's the bottom line. By running your ads through this 5-minute framework, you'll catch weaknesses before you spend money distributing them. You'll improve effectiveness by focusing on what actually matters for your business results, not just what looks good in your portfolio. So let's recap these 9 critical criteria one more time. Objective, audience, message, hierarchy, tone, format fit, imagery, consistency, and implications. Print them out, put them on your wall, make them a part of your creative review process. I guarantee you'll start seeing problems and opportunities you missed before. This isn't about being negative or shooting down ideas, it's about being intentional. Every decision in your creative should have a reason behind it that connects to your business goals. If you can't explain why you chose a particular headline, image, or call to action, then you're probably just not being strategic enough. The best part about this framework is that it scales. Whether you're creating a quick social media post or planning $1 million campaign, these 9 questions will help you make better decisions. I've used this method for small local companies as well as global companies like Disney and Outrigger Resorts for ads with millions of impressions. The companies that consistently create effective advertising aren't the ones with the biggest budgets or the fanciest agencies. They're the ones that have clear processes for evaluating and improving their creative before it goes live. They think systematically about what makes ads work instead of just hoping for the best. So if you implement this framework, I really want to hear about your results. Drop a comment below and let me know which step made the biggest difference for your ads. Was it clarifying your objective, simplifying your message, fixing your hierarchy? I read every comment and I love seeing how these concepts play out in different industries and situations. If this was helpful, check out my other videos on creative strategy and marketing frameworks. I've got deep dives on writing headlines that convert, choosing images that sell, and building brand voice that actually resonates with your audience. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, because I'm always sharing the latest techniques I'm using with my clients. Remember, you don't need to buy more ads when you have better ideas.